does. There's nobody like him. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe. Ewe Mungu wangu.
Leadership language. Everybody say leadership language. Leadership language. What is leadership language? Do you mean it's not communicating just like when we are communicating elsewhere? I know we are team leaders because after interacting with us, I know some are reverend, some are pastors, some are elders, some are just group leaders, and I've had a good time interacting with you. So it means you are a team leader, you are a group leader. When you are a pastor, you are leading a church. When you are an elder, you are leading some other elders. You are a leader. And so if you are a leader, there is a language of leadership. A language that will make your followers or the people you are leading to feel we are considered, we are involved, we are together in this thing. So it means when we talk about language, we are talking about communication. Talking about communication, communication is relaying information, is relaying message from one person to another, from one party to another. And when you relay information from one person to another, you need to be understood. Not just to understand one another, but understanding one another in the context of the communication. I can speak something here and you misunderstand what I'm saying because I have missed on the language. Maybe facial language, maybe spoken language, maybe sign language. So you misunderstand me. When we speak about effective language in communication, we mean whatever you are speaking, whatever you understand, whatever you want people to receive is actually what they are receiving. Whatever you want them to understand is actually what they are understanding. And they are not taking you out of context. They are getting exactly what you want. You know, Habakkuk chapter 2, we are told, write your vision down and let whosoever read it run with it. So writing our vision down, one, it is writing on the tablets. You can write it in the books. You can write it on the Facebook. You can write it on the social media. However, I believe it is explaining your vision again and again because you are the one who has the concept of the vision. You are the one who knows where you are going. The rest of the team do not know. And if you want them to understand where you're going, you will be talking to them again and again. But even when you are talking to them again and again, the way you communicate to them, the language you use, they will feel they are part of the vision that you are carrying or they have lost their way. There are different types of languages. We have body language. You are speaking one thing, and your body is telling us another thing. You are telling us you are happy and your eyes are crying. You are telling us that, you know, I'm very sad and you are laughing at yourself. We call that one body language. We have sign language. We have spoken language. Like today, I'm using English. English is a language, but we are not going to talk about body language. We are not going to talk about spoken language. We are not talking about sign language. We are talking about phrases and words we need to use as leaders so that we become effective leaders. So that the members we are leading can feel we are together in this. What are the phrases are we going to use? What are some of the phrases should be we using? As a leader, the words, the phrases, the tone that you use in conversation with the team members or peers are often a direct reflection of the individual and leadership style you are. How you speak to your members, how you narrate your stories, how you bring about your words, your tone, will tell us much about your leadership style. We will know if you are a dictator from your words. We will know if you are a democrat from your words. We will know if you are an autocrat from your words. You need not to tell us that, I'm a Democrat. We will just listen you speak to us, and we will say he is a Democrat. There are different type of leadership styles. There is an autocratic leader, authoritarian. This leader says, I have said, and this is what is supposed to be done. There is a democratic leader. He asks, how are we going to do this thing? How are we going to go about it? There is a delegative leader. He delegates duties and leaves. I don't know what kind of leader you are, but today I want to tell you that a leader should always have all these leadership skills, because a leadership skill comes relevant according to the situation. There are places where you will be authoritarian. There are places where you just must be democratic. There are other places where you just have to delegate. If you don't delegate, it will not work. For example, the story of Jesus. He would have gone ahead and searched for food in the congregation of 5,000 men, but he does not do that. He sends the disciples, and the disciples sends other people also, and that happens. There is another place where you will delegate. Go ahead of me in the village, and I'm coming after you. And there's another place where you will just be democratic. And whenever I say about democracy, I mean democracy started by God himself. We have been looking at these things, and you remember our script, Genesis chapter 1. I think you remember. In Genesis chapter 1, we saw how God created the world. We saw how he took the problem head on. We saw it. But in verse 26, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, I guess let us read. Verse 26 says, and God said, let us make man in our own image, after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish, over the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and other creeping animals on earth. When you look at this scripture, it is a conclusive scripture. It is concluding an argument, it's concluding a conversation, it's concluding some words, it's concluding some conversation. It means a group has been discussing things here, and they have been discussing, what are we going to do? So in conclusion, he says, now let us make man in our own likeness. But from the beginning, verse 3 we have seen, and he said, let there be light. And he said, let there be. But here in verse 26, we are seeing democracy. In previous chapters, we have seen authoritative leader. But in verse 26, we are seeing a democratic leader. There is a time you need to be democratic, and there is a time you need to be authoritative. Just do it. But as a leader, you will have to weigh which situation needs democracy, which situation needs delegation, which situations need authority. And in all these things, we will know you as authoritarian from your language. We will know you as a democrat from your language. We will know you as a delegative from your language. Whether body language, whether sign language, whether your tone or spoken language, we will just tell. We will tell. So your language matters a lot. As a leader, we need to choose right words, because we are working with servants, we are working with followers, we are working with the leaders in the make. And so we need to be careful with the phrases we use. For example, when you want to be democratic, let us look how God said. And he said, now let us make man in our own image. Look at the tone. Look at the tone. Now let us make man in our own. Now let us make man in our own. It cannot come. Now let us make man in our own. Conclusive. I have heard what you said. I have heard what you said. Considering everything that you have said, now let us make man in our own image and likeness. It started by God himself. So we need also to emulate our God. We can emulate him and become democratic in some places. Your language, your choice of words matters a lot. You know, this thing, I wanted us to do like this, and you people, you did like this. You see, now you have messed me up. Yes. But a good leader in democracy will say, this is what we thought of doing. Now it has not happened like that. What are we supposed to do? We are together. We are together in it. I am part of it. You are part of it. We are owning it. But when as a leader says, see what you have done, and people are like, it is us who have done that. I thought he was our leader. Why didn't he rebuke us? That is why I'm saying choice of words. How you make people feel involved matters a lot. And how do you make people feel involved? Choice of words, your language and your tone. Sometimes you need to be authoritarian, like Jesus Christ in the church. When he went in the temple one day and he found people selling the temple and get out of this, my father's house, get out. But another time, he just becomes delegative and says, go before me, I am coming. In another time, he comes so democratic. We need to feed these people. What are we going to do? Can you get some food for them? And they are like, where do you want us to get food? You know, we are conversing. Where do you want? You see, you mean you are not seeing? Oh, we can get food. Look around them. Look, maybe there are people who have food. And actually they get one. A leader needs to have all these skills. They are very important. Whenever you hear a leader complaining of the followers, oh, they have not done this, they have not done that, they are not going to do this, they have not. Look at how they relate and look at the language, the attitude, and the relationship of the leader with the followers. And if you are a leader, before we do self-evaluation as a team, first do self-evaluation. Did I get it right? Did I go it wrong? Sometimes you do self-evaluation. People, we like justifying ourselves. But I did it because of this. I did it because of that. Yes, you are solving a situation. You are doing it. It was right. But was it what people wanted you to do? You can still come back to them and say, yes, we did this. I think it is not working. Is there a better way we can do it? Your language will bring people near to you, or it will chase them away. Your relationship with people will either bring people near to you, or your relationship with people will chase them away. Sometimes it is not easy to know when you are wrong until someone tells you, you know, you did not do it well. Do self-check. What kind of a leader are you? What type of language are you using? Is it a language to bring people near, or is it a language to chase people away? And you know, when we do it, and at the end of the whole story is like, I didn't know I was doing that. I wish you would have told me. But today I'm teaching and saying, our language is choice of words, choice of phrases. There are some words are better when we speak them alone to us, but not before many people, not before team. Please, as a leader, check your language. How do you address your senior? How do you address your junior? How do you address those people who want to speak with you, who want to support you? How do you talk to them? It matters. The way you talk to them when in a team is better. For example, you want to do something, and you want to do something with these people. And I know you can do it. Jesus knew he can provide food. He can provide food for these people. But how does he go about it? So you want to do these things and you are telling them, if you don't do them, I will do them. Of course, we will leave them for you to do. But encourage them and tell, these things can work together well when we are together. To what? Yes, I can. Yes, we can. I can. We can. We are together in it. We can do it. It is not about me. We can. Let's go together. Let's work together. Encourage people to work together with you. To some extent, the success of a team depends on the language of the leader. The way you speak to us will tell us who you are, what you are, and your intentions, and what you want. But remember, Habakkuk says, write the vision. Write it. Writing it, you can write in words. You can write with your mouth. You can write with your pen. We can read your lips. We can read your body language. We can read your tone. So your language is key in writing a vision. You know, as a leader, you should understand one thing. Language symbolizes identities and are used to signal identities by those who speak them. We will know you well through your language. As a leader, the words, the phrases, the tone that you use in conversation with the team members or peers are often a direct reflection of the individual and leadership style you are. 90% of the success of our visions and missions that we have depend on the language we use and the relationship we have with the people we are leading. So leaders who are here, check on your language and prepare or work hard and the language we use. So leaders, as we have come to learn, let us check on our language, let us check on developing our relation. And this will help us become successful in future. May God bless you until we meet again another time.